Hey beautiful people, welcome back to HerNest. This is HerNest with Rose Joy. And on this week's episode, we are going to touch on matters that are very personal to me, a matter or a subject that is not new to everyone. I know everyone has gone through this, and this is stress. Today we are going to talk about stress management, and under the segment self-care. You understand? We had healthcare last week where we talked about our hormones and nutrition. This week we are talking about self-care, and on self-care, these are things that nourish us on a mind level. And next week we'll be doing soul care, so just stay tuned. Things to do with the spirit and the soul. So guys, stress. What is stress? Yeah, I can say in simple terms, stress is the way your body reacts to potential threat or external pressure or illness from your body. So I feel like three things that cause stress. Yeah, any pressure of whatever kind, could be work related, could be a family issue, or any pressure that can affect you. Another thing that can bring stress is ailments or sicknesses. Automatically the body reacts in a different way when you are sick, and that causes physical stress to the body that now again translates into mental stress. And the third thing is any perceived threat, that is any threat, a threat of whatever kind. Could be someone who's threatening you, or a situation that is threatening you will also contribute to stress into your body. And now, why is it harder for us women to deal with stress? It's never easy even for men, by the way. So from last week's episode, we highlighted how stress can contribute to our hormonal imbalances in the body. So guys, for us women, stress affects us physically, emotionally, hormonally, spiritually. It can also affect our sleep, mood, and general energy levels. We have people who can't perform. You can't do your regular activities when you are so stressed. What are these signs and symptoms that will automatically indicate that you are stressed? I'll start from what I experience on a personal level that are usually like alarm systems in my body to tell me that you really are stressed. First of all, lack of sleep. Guys, I can't sleep when I'm stressed. And anytime I realize that I extend my sleeping time or experience sleep disruptions in the middle of the night, that is at around maybe 3-4, when I just find myself awake for no reason. Or I usually sleep at 10, that is the alarm. I can extend kidogo depending on what I'm doing, but on a normal day, between 9 and 10, that's usually my sleeping time. And so when I realize that it's now heading to 11, 12, and I'm just aimlessly scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, no signs of sleep, that is when I usually know that something is up. Something is definitely stressing me out. So one of the symptoms that could signify that you are stressed is a lack of sleep. The next thing that I usually experience is lack of appetite. I lose weight when I'm stressed because I can't eat. I'll just be having little amounts of food so that I just don't end up feeling like I am sleeping hungry. As much as I may not have the appetite, I'll just end up picking maybe 2 slices of bread, or just eat something little or snack on something, but not usually the meals that I usually have. So lack of appetite is also another indication for me when I realize that something is off. And those are my two main alarms. Another thing is overthinking and racing thoughts. Most of the time, now that I can't sleep, what am I doing? I'm not reading, I'm not watching anything. Okay, sometimes I may be watching something, but most of the times I'm just overthinking and having racing thoughts in my mind. Yeah, if it's something that is work related, I'm now thinking, okay, what will I do about it? So what does this mean in my career? Or just having thousands of thoughts racing into my mind. Now let's go back to other signs of stress that you could be experiencing. And by the way, can you also share with us in the comment section what are those things that happen to you, or those things that you know these are definitely alarm signs to show me that something is up and you are now getting worked up or getting stressed. Let us know from the comment section. Another thing is usually mood swings, irritability, or withdrawal. You don't want to be around people. You get peopled out. Yeah? You don't want to be around people. You are very irritable. There was a time I used to have irritability as a sign of stress, but then I don't experience that lately. But I don't know if it was that kind of situation that provoked the irritability part. I really don't know, but nowadays irritability is, I don't react to stress by irritability, and but though other people may be experiencing irritability as a sign of stress to them. Mood swings, hutaki kuongelesha watu, you don't feel like yourself. Another sign could be chronic fatigue. Even after resting, you rest, but your body seems never to have enough rest, so you are constantly tired. That is also another sign that you could be stressed. Now that we have outlined, these are some of the common signs and symptoms of stress. So what are these self-care guide or self-care tools that can help you manage stress in your body? And that's why you see me here with my beautiful color pencils from Nataraj. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just love these colored pencils. You understand? And then we have this book. It's written A Mindful You, a coloring self-care adventure by who? None other than Leslie Jacobs. Leslie went to school with my cousin, and actually I knew about this Mindful Hue because I saw it from my cousin Amy. Hey Amy, how are you? I got this coloring self-care adventure book from Leslie Jacobs. It is written hapa vizuri, yeah, Leslie Jacobs, and this is beautiful because even from the pictures inside, I have already done my coloring here. You can see it, okay, because they are color pencils, they may not really be that conspicuous, but it's beautiful, it's nice. And these color pencils, guys, quality color pencils for yourself. And I also have a drawing book here. Now, why do you see me with all these tools and materials? These are ways that work for me perfectly. I mean perfectly. And I'm not saying this because I am promoting some company that is making color pencils or drawing books, or even for Leslie. For Leslie, I would recommend because I have done business with her, and for those who might want coloring as part of their therapy, then you can reach out to her, or you can link up with me so that I can direct you on how to get her. A few years ago, I used to be this person who really loves and treasures art. I used to draw. I had a very huge drawing book, And this one goes back to high school. Now, I didn't do art in high school, but I really loved art. Though I just didn't know if a career can arise from art, And I'm not saying that, I mean, one of those people who are being paid well are in the art field, be it visual art or whatever it is. Anything to do with art is a very promising career direction for people. But I just didn't know what can I do with this art thing. That's why I didn't end up choosing it as a subject. But internally, I knew I loved art. And I remember I used to borrow one of the art students in our class, their art book. After maybe I would then go and try to recreate whatever they had drawn. I just used to love it. Yeah, I don't know if Lynn, you remember. Lynn, have forgotten your other name. Lynn Oreño. Yes, Lynn used to take art in high school, and I used to borrow her art book so that I can just feel nice seeing what they have drawn or what they made, just to soothe that part of me that really loves art. And then I also started drawing, and life happened in such a way that I completely forgot about this art thing. Yeah, and it's just the other day when I remembered that I used to love art, and I feel like art is those things that would make me feel grounded, especially if I'm so stressed or there's something that is going on. Just pick my color pencils and I start coloring. And I didn't even know such books exist by the way. If I had not seen it with my cousin, they're not similar to what children have. The way you can find these coloring books for children, they are just drawn, these cards or whatever shapes. No, this one is for adults. Yeah, as an adult, I can recommend it to you. I realized that once I start coloring, I just find myself relaxing. And after one session of coloring, all stress is gone. And that's how coloring became part of my stress management system. Yeah? Me and my coloring book. And sometimes I also draw. Though drawing is something that I can't do when I'm stressed, but I feel like drawing needs you to have a calm mind for you to draw well. But this is just something that I also enjoy doing, part of my artwork. Yeah, you see on this first page here, this was my sanctuary palette. I've written a color and soul reflection, colors that feel like me. This is just an activity that I found that can help you label your emotions. Like, you pick your colored pencils and scribble something. You can either draw a shape or you can do whatever it is. For me, I was just doing shading. For me, I was just shading, and then I named the emotions, colors that feel like me, the emotions that this color bring. So these are just tools that I stumbled on, that I realized equally help me cope with my stress most of the time, and effectively. Going back to other self-care tools that I feel that are good to help you cope with stress. We have those gym buddies, those people who go do physical exercises. Physical exercises, going to the gym, taking a walk, or dancing is also a tool that you can use to help you manage stress. Others journal. Oh, I just forgot to bring my journals on set, but I also journal. I journal so much. Now, this is how I know there are stress levels that call for coloring. Other stress levels will just make me maybe do a small drawing, and other stress levels, depending on the magnitude of my stress levels, that's when I now go to journaling. Journaling is that thing that I do when things get serious. When you see me journaling, whatever it is, but I don't journal specifically for stress management alone. I just journal any other thing, including when I'm worked up with stress. Doing breath work, breathing in, breathing out. You can find videos on breath work or people who understand well how breath work helps. It's also a tool that you can use. There's another tool to use is warmth. You having a warm shower, or you having a warm cup of tea or coffee. There was another study that says coffee doesn't calm you. It actually makes you anxious. But dark chocolate or cocoa helps you manage your stress. That is an area I've not yet delved deep in to understand why. Another last thing is stillness. Stillness, this is where you find meditation and prayer, where you just sit quietly, calmly meditate, say a word of prayer, or just listening to slow music. There are some people who will feel more relaxed if they are in a quiet environment, in a quiet space where they can just allow the emotions come in and release them. Now, let's reframe self-care. Self-care isn't selfish. Self-care is survival, because we'll always find ourselves in situations that are difficult, situations that are beyond us. But we can't just go on in life or we just can't shove them down the carpet. And that is why you have to know yourself at a personal level to understand what are these. First of all, are you able to identify when slowly stress is creeping on you? And the next thing is, what are you going to do so that to avoid you having emotional outbursts, or to help you cope positively with whatever kind of stress that is coming your way? And so don't look at self-care as being selfish. These are ways that we do, these are things that we do to make sure that we are whole. I believe you have to be okay for you to make things okay around you. So with that, I think we have come to the end of the video. Mine is just to emphasize on the fact that you don't have to die alone. We have tools out there, we have people, we have systems that are there to cater for your mental health, systems that are there to help you navigate through difficult situations in your life. And so I hope this one helps you. I hope this one speaks to your mind, speaks to your heart, so that next time you don't die quietly because of stress. If you learned anything from here, comment something that you have learned. Let's interact in the comment section, and click the notification bell, comment. And for those who are yet to subscribe. We are onto something great, and I'll forever insist on the fact that we are building something amazing, and I would want to carry you through this journey with me. So until next time, this is HerNest with Rose Joy.